Hello, amazing learner. Have you ever felt that learning English is too hard? That no matter how much you try, the words don't stick, the sentences don't flow, and speaking feels impossible? Don't worry, you are not alone. Thousands of learners just like you face the same challenge every day. But here's the truth. Learning English is not about being perfect. It's about taking small steps, staying consistent, and believing in yourself. Today, I'm going to share 14 easy English tips for beginners that will change the way you learn and help you speak English naturally. These tips are simple, practical, and proven to work whether you are learning at home, at school, or even while working. By following these tips, you'll not only improve your English, but you'll also gain confidence, think clearly, and open doors to new opportunities. Remember, learning English is a journey, not a race. Every tip you use is a step forward, no matter how small it seems. So take a deep breath, get ready, and let's start this exciting journey together. Your English adventure begins right now. Tip 1. Start small and speak often. Many beginners make a common mistake. They try to learn too much at once. They memorize long lists of words, study complicated grammar rules, and then feel frustrated when they cannot remember everything. This often leads to giving up too soon. Here's the secret. Start small and speak often. Focus on just a few words and sentences every day. For example, learn simple greetings. Hello? How are you? Thank you. And I am fine. Practice these phrases out loud. Don't just read silently. Your mouth, ears, and brain need to work together. When you say words aloud, your brain remembers faster, and your pronunciation improves naturally. Speaking often is more important than memorizing a lot. Try using simple sentences to describe your day. Say, I am eating breakfast, or I am going to the store. Even if your sentences are short and basic, speaking regularly trains your brain to think in English. Over time, these small sentences will grow into longer, more complex ones. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Every error is a step forward in learning. Imagine your brain as a muscle. It becomes stronger every time you practice. Even saying one sentence every day is better than saying nothing at all. Record your voice while practicing or talk to a friend in English. Listen carefully, notice improvements, and celebrate small wins. Another tip is to use English in your daily life. Talk to yourself in English while brushing your teeth, cooking, walking, or even doing chores. Narrate your actions. I am washing dishes, or I am walking to the bus stop. This builds habit and confidence. The most important thing is consistency. 10 minutes every day is far better than 2 hours once a week. Speak, listen, repeat. That's the path to natural English. Soon, speaking English will feel easy, enjoyable, and part of your daily life. Remember, small steps every day lead to big results. Tip 2. Listen every day. One of the most powerful ways to learn English is listening every single day. Many beginners focus only on reading or memorizing words, but listening is what helps you understand the language naturally. When you listen, your brain learns the rhythm, pronunciation, and flow of English, almost like your brain is absorbing the language effortlessly. Start with simple materials. Listen to short English videos, podcasts, or songs that match your level. Don't worry if you don't understand every word at first. That's normal. Focus on catching key words and phrases. For example, if you hear the sentence, "I am going to the market," notice the words going and market, and how they are pronounced. Listening regularly trains your ears to recognize words, even before you can speak them perfectly. Try to listen actively. Don't just let English play in the background. Repeat what you hear, pause, and say it aloud. If a word sounds difficult, practice it again and again until it feels natural. You can also write down a few new words or sentences from what you hear and practice them later. This small habit strengthens both your listening and speaking skills at the same time. Another tip is to mix listening with real life. Listen while commuting, cooking, or walking. Try to repeat the sentences in your mind or aloud. Even 5 minutes a day is enough to make progress if you are consistent. The more you listen, the faster your brain will start thinking in English instead of translating from your native language. Remember, listening builds confidence. When you understand someone, it feels amazing and it motivates you to speak more. Every time you listen and repeat, you are training your brain, improving your vocabulary, and learning how real English sounds. The key is daily practice. Consistency is more important than long hours. Listen, repeat, and enjoy the process. Slowly, English will stop feeling difficult. You will begin to understand more, speak more confidently, and even enjoy the journey of learning this amazing language. Tip 3. Speak without fear. Many beginners make a big mistake. They are afraid to speak English. They worry about making mistakes, sounding funny, or being judged. But here's the truth. Fear is the biggest barrier to learning. The more you wait to speak perfectly, the longer it takes to improve. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start speaking. The first step is simple. Talk to yourself. Describe your day, your feelings, or your surroundings in English. Say, "I am eating breakfast," or "I am happy today." Speaking aloud trains your brain, your tongue, and your ears together. Over time, it becomes natural. Even if you make mistakes, it's okay. Every mistake is a lesson. Another tip is to practice with friends or family. Find someone who can encourage you, correct gently, and speak with patience. You can also join online groups or apps where beginners talk to other learners. The key is action, not perfection. Speaking daily builds confidence faster than any grammar book or vocabulary list. Remember, confidence grows with practice. Even one sentence a day is a step forward. Celebrate your small wins. Did you greet someone in English today? Did you order food in English? These little successes build momentum. Think of learning English like riding a bike. You will fall at first, but each try makes you stronger and steadier. Try recording your voice too. Listen carefully. Notice how you can improve and repeat. Over time, you will hear your progress. You will realize that speaking English is not as scary as you thought. Finally, make speaking fun and practical. Talk about things you love: music, movies, sports, or your daily life. Use English as a tool to express yourself, not just as a subject to study. The more you speak without fear, the faster your English will grow. Always remember, the more you speak, the faster you learn. Don't wait for perfect grammar. Don't wait for the right moment. Start today, speak boldly, and watch yourself improve day by day. Tip 4. Read simple English every day. Reading is one of the most powerful tools for learning English. Many beginners think reading is boring or too difficult, but it doesn't have to be. Start small and simple, and it will become exciting and helpful for your English journey. Choose materials that match your level. Simple short stories, graded readers, children's books, or easy news articles are perfect. Don't worry if you don't understand every word. Focus on getting the main idea. Even reading a few sentences every day improves your vocabulary, grammar, and understanding of sentence structure. Try reading out loud whenever possible. This helps in 3 ways. It improves pronunciation, strengthens memory, and trains your brain to connect reading with speaking. For example, when you read a simple sentence like, "The cat is sleeping on the chair," say it aloud, slowly. Notice the rhythm and the words. The more you practice reading aloud, the more comfortable you will become with English sounds. Another tip is to use a dictionary wisely. Don't stop reading every time you find a new word. Try to guess the meaning from the context first, then check the dictionary later. This way, reading stays enjoyable, and you learn naturally. Also, make reading a daily habit. Even 10-15 minutes a day is enough. Read about topics you like: sports, movies, technology, or hobbies. When you read something interesting, your mind is more focused, and learning becomes fun. Remember, reading expands your mind and vocabulary. Each sentence you read is a building block for better speaking and writing. Slowly, your English comprehension will improve, and you will start recognizing words and phrases automatically. Finally, combine reading with listening. For example, read a short story and then listen to it as an audio recording. This strengthens both your listening and reading skills and makes learning faster. Always remember, small daily reading adds up to big progress. Be consistent, enjoy the journey, and your English will grow naturally without stress. Tip 5. Learn vocabulary in context. Many beginners try to memorize long lists of English words, but often forget them quickly. The secret is to learn vocabulary in context, which means learning words as part of sentences or situations, not alone. This method makes remembering easier and helps you use the words naturally when speaking or writing. For example, instead of just memorizing the word happy, use it in a sentence. I am happy today because the sun is shining. When you see how the word is used, it becomes meaningful and easier to recall. Another example, don't just learn eat. Say, I eat breakfast every morning. These small sentences connect words with actions, situations, and feelings, making learning faster and stronger. Try to practice new words immediately. After learning a new word, write it in a sentence, say it aloud, and use it in your daily life. For instance, if you learn excited, try saying, I am excited to watch a movie tonight. Speaking and writing the word repeatedly in context helps your brain remember it naturally. Another tip is to group words by topics. Learn words related to food, travel, emotions, or daily activities together. This way, when you talk about a certain topic, all the words come to your mind easily. It also makes learning organized and less stressful. Also, don't be afraid of making mistakes when using new words. Mistakes are part of learning. The more you practice, the more confident you become. Your goal is to use words naturally, not just memorize them. Finally, combine vocabulary learning with reading and listening. When you see or hear a word in a story, song, or conversation, try to repeat it in your own sentences. This method strengthens memory, pronunciation, and understanding at the same time. Remember, words are tools, not trophies. Learn them in context, practice them daily, and soon you will speak English confidently and naturally. Small, consistent steps every day create big results over time. Tip 6. Watch English videos and movies. Watching English videos, movies, or shows is one of the most enjoyable ways to learn the language. Many beginners think watching is just for fun, but it is actually a powerful learning tool. When you watch, you improve your listening, pronunciation, vocabulary, and understanding of how English is used naturally. Start with simple videos or children's shows if you are a beginner. The language is clear, slow, and easy to understand. As you get comfortable, you can watch longer videos, movies, or YouTube channels in English. Pay attention to how words are pronounced, how sentences are formed, and how people express emotions. This will help your brain connect sounds with meaning. Don't just watch passively. Be active in your learning. Pause the video and repeat sentences aloud. Try to imitate the pronunciation, tone, and rhythm of the speakers. For example, if a character says, "I am so happy to see you," pause and repeat it in the same way. This trains your mouth and ears together, helping you speak more naturally. Another tip is to use subtitles wisely. Start with English subtitles to understand the words better. Later, try to watch without subtitles. This challenges your brain to listen and understand directly in English, which improves fluency faster. You can also take notes of new words or phrases and practice them later in your own sentences. For example, if you hear the phrase, "I can't wait to go on vacation," try making your own sentence, "I can't wait to meet my friends tomorrow." This makes learning more practical and personal. Remember, consistency is key. Watching a video for 10-15 minutes daily is much better than watching for hours once a week. Make it a habit to watch English every day, even if it's short, and combine it with speaking and writing. Finally, enjoy the process. Learning through videos and movies is not only effective, but it is also fun. The more you enjoy it, the more your brain absorbs naturally. Soon, you'll notice your listening improves, your speaking becomes smoother, and you understand English much better. Tip 7. Practice writing every day. Writing is a powerful way to improve your English. Many beginners focus only on speaking and listening, but writing helps you organize your thoughts, remember vocabulary, and strengthen grammar. Even a few minutes a day can make a big difference over time. Start small. Write simple sentences about your day, your feelings, or your plans. For example, "Today I went to the market," or "I am happy because I learned a new word." Writing these small sentences helps your brain connect words, grammar, and meaning. Over time, your sentences will become longer and more natural. Another tip is to keep a daily English journal. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just write freely about anything, your hobbies, your family, or your dreams. Don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. After writing, you can check new words or grammar rules to improve slowly. You can also combine writing with speaking. After writing a sentence, read it aloud. This way, your writing practice also improves your pronunciation and speaking skills. For example, if you write, "I love listening to music every evening," say it aloud while reading. This strengthens your memory and builds confidence. Using new words in your writing is another great method. Every time you learn a new word or phrase, try to use it in a sentence. For example, if you learned the word excited, write, "I am excited to watch my favorite show tonight." This helps you remember words and use them naturally in real life. Finally, review your writing regularly. Look at your old sentences and notice your progress. You'll feel proud of yourself, and this motivates you to keep improving. Writing daily not only improves your English, but also helps you think in English instead of translating from your native language. Remember, small daily writing practice leads to big results. Don't worry about perfection. The goal is to express yourself, practice consistently, and enjoy the process. Every sentence you write is a step closer to fluency. Tip 8. Use English in daily life. One of the most effective ways to learn English is to use it in your everyday life. Many beginners think English is only for classrooms, books, or apps, but the truth is, real learning happens when you use it actively. The more you practice in daily situations, the faster your English improves. Start with small, simple actions. Speak to yourself in English while doing everyday activities. For example, when cooking, say, "I am cutting vegetables," or "I am boiling water." When walking, describe what you see. "The sun is shining," or "the birds are flying." These small daily sentences help your brain get used to thinking in English naturally. Another tip is to label objects around your home. Write the English name on sticky notes and stick them on objects like door, mirror, refrigerator, or chair. Every time you see the object, say its name aloud. This simple habit strengthens your vocabulary and helps you remember words easily. You can also practice English during conversations. Talk to friends or family members, even if it's just a few sentences. Ask questions like, "How are you today?" or "What are you doing?" Speaking English in real situations gives you confidence and helps you apply what you've learned. Listening is also part of daily usage. Try to think in English while doing small tasks. Instead of translating from your native language, form sentences directly in English in your mind. For example, instead of thinking, "I am going to the store" in your language and then translating, simply say in your mind, "I am going to the store." This trains your brain to use English naturally. Remember, consistency is the key. Using English for just 10-15 minutes every day can make a big difference. Don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. The goal is to use English actively, not perfectly. Finally, enjoy the process. The more you use English in daily life, the faster your brain adapts. Slowly, English will stop feeling like a subject and will start becoming a natural part of your life. The small, consistent daily practice is what builds fluency. Tip 9. Think in English, not your native language. One of the biggest challenges beginners face is translating from their native language. When you try to translate every word or sentence in your head, it slows you down and makes speaking difficult. The secret to fluency is simple. Start thinking directly in English. Begin with small steps. Try to describe your daily actions in English in your mind. For example, when drinking tea, think, "I am drinking tea." When walking outside, think, "The sky is blue and the birds are singing." By practicing this daily, your brain begins to form English sentences naturally, without translating. Another tip is to use simple words and sentences at first. Don't worry about using perfect grammar or complex words. Your goal is to express your thoughts in English, not to impress anyone. For example, instead of saying, "I am feeling exceptionally delighted," simply say, "I am very happy." Simple thinking helps your brain get used to English patterns faster. You can also practice thinking in English while listening or reading. For instance, when reading a short story, pause and ask yourself in English, "What is happening?" or "What will happen next?" This strengthens your ability to process English without translation and improves comprehension. Another great exercise is to talk to yourself silently in English. Describe your plans, your feelings, or what you see around you. Even thinking, "I will eat lunch now," or "I am going to call my friend," trains your brain to think naturally in English. Remember, this skill takes time, so be patient. Even if your thoughts start small or feel awkward, keep practicing every day. Slowly, thinking in English will become automatic, and speaking will feel faster, smoother, and more confident. Finally, combine this with speaking and listening practice. The more you think, speak, and listen in English, the stronger your fluency becomes. Thinking in English is like building a bridge between your mind and the language. Once it's strong, expressing yourself becomes easy and natural. Tip 10. Use English apps and tools. In today's world, learning English has never been easier. There are many apps, websites, and tools designed to help you learn faster, practice daily, and stay motivated. Using these tools can make your learning more interactive and fun. Start with simple apps that focus on vocabulary, grammar, or pronunciation. For example, apps like Duolingo, Memrise, or HelloTalk allow you to practice English in small, manageable lessons every day. Spend just 10-15 minutes daily on these apps, and you'll notice significant improvement over time. Another tip is to use language exchange apps. These apps connect you with real people who are learning your language while speaking English. You can chat, voice call, or even video call to practice. This is a great way to practice real-life conversations, improve pronunciation, and gain confidence without feeling judged. Don't forget about online dictionaries and translators. Tools like Cambridge Dictionary or Google Translate can help you check word meanings, pronunciation, and usage. But remember, don't overuse translators. Try to understand the context first, then check only if needed. This will train your brain to think in English instead of relying too much on translations. You can also use apps for listening and speaking practice. Listen to English podcasts, audiobooks, or short videos. Repeat the sentences aloud to improve pronunciation and rhythm. Many apps have speech recognition features that can correct your pronunciation, which is very helpful for beginners. Finally, make it a daily habit. Even a short session of 10 minutes every day is better than one long session once a week. Consistency is more important than time. Track your progress, set small goals, and reward yourself when you achieve them. Remember, tools and apps are just helpers. The real power comes from your daily practice, motivation, and consistency. When you combine these tools with speaking, listening, reading, and writing, your English will improve faster than you ever imagined. Tip 11. Speak with native or fluent speakers. One of the fastest ways to improve your English is to practice with native or fluent speakers. Speaking with someone who knows English well helps you learn correct pronunciation, natural phrases, and real-life conversation skills. Beginners often hesitate because they fear mistakes, but speaking with real people is the key to confidence and fluency. Start small. You don't need to have long conversations at first. Simple greetings and short sentences work perfectly. For example, say, "Hello, how are you?" or "I like learning English." Over time, gradually add more sentences and questions to your conversations. You can find fluent speakers in many ways. Join online language exchange groups, participate in discussion forums, or use apps like Tandem and HelloTalk. These platforms connect you with people from around the world who are eager to talk and help. Remember, most people are supportive and patient, and they understand that beginners make mistakes. Another tip is to ask questions and repeat sentences. When you hear a new phrase, ask your partner to explain it or repeat it slowly. Then, practice saying it aloud. This helps your brain memorize words and patterns naturally. For example, if your partner says, "I am going to the market," you can repeat, "I am going to the market," and then try to make your own sentence like, "I am going to the park." Also, listen carefully to pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. Try to imitate the natural flow of the language, not just individual words. This will make your English sound more natural and confident. Remember, the goal is communication, not perfection. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every conversation teaches you something new and builds your confidence. The more you practice with real people, the faster you will improve. Finally, make it a habit. Even short conversations every day help a lot. Speaking with native or fluent speakers creates a natural learning environment, trains your brain to think in English, and prepares you for real-life situations. Tip 12. Practice regularly without giving up. Consistency is one of the most important secrets to learning English. Many beginners start with enthusiasm, but stop after a few days or weeks because progress feels slow. The truth is, regular practice is far more powerful than short bursts of intense study. Even small daily steps lead to big results over time. Start by setting a daily routine. Spend 10-30 minutes every day listening, speaking, reading, or writing in English. You can combine activities. Listen to a short video, read a few sentences, and then speak or write about them. This keeps learning interesting and balanced. Another tip is to track your progress. Keep a notebook or use an app to write down new words, phrases, or sentences you've learned. Review them regularly. Seeing how much you've improved motivates you to continue. Small achievements, like correctly using a new word or completing a short conversation, are victories to celebrate. Don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. Every error teaches your brain how to improve. The key is to keep going, even when it feels difficult. Think of learning English as planting a tree. Every small effort adds nutrients, and over time, it grows strong and fruitful. You can also combine practice with fun activities. Watch videos, sing songs, write a diary, or chat with friends. When learning is enjoyable, it's easier to stay consistent. Make English a part of your daily life, not just a subject to study. Remember, motivation can fluctuate, but habit keeps you moving forward. Even when you feel tired or discouraged, spend a few minutes practicing. These small daily steps create momentum. Slowly, English becomes a natural part of your thinking, speaking, and daily life. Finally, remind yourself why you started. Every minute you spend learning English is an investment in your future. The more consistent you are, the faster you grow, and soon you'll see results that once felt impossible. Practice regularly, never give up, and success will follow. Tip 13. Surround yourself with English. One of the most effective ways to learn English quickly is to surround yourself with the language. Beginners often study in isolation, but real progress happens when English becomes a part of your everyday environment. The more you see, hear, and use English, the faster you learn. Start by changing your devices to English. Set your phone, computer, or apps to English. This small change forces you to interact with the language daily, helping you learn new words and phrases naturally. Another tip is to follow English content you enjoy. Watch YouTube videos, listen to podcasts, or read articles about topics you love. When learning is fun and relevant, your brain absorbs it more easily. For example, if you love cooking, watch English cooking videos, follow the instructions, and repeat the words aloud. You can also label items in your home with their English names. Stick notes on objects like door, mirror, refrigerator, or chair. Every time you see these items, say the words aloud. This builds vocabulary without feeling like formal study. Try to think and speak in English as much as possible. Even simple sentences like, "I am drinking coffee," or "I am reading a book," help train your brain. Surrounding yourself with English in everyday life makes it easier to think, speak, and understand without translating from your native language. Another effective method is to listen to English music, radio, or audiobooks daily. Even if you don't understand everything, your brain gets used to the sounds, rhythm, and patterns of English. Over time, listening and understanding will become much easier. Remember, learning English is not just about study time, it's about exposure. The more you surround yourself with the language, the faster your fluency grows. English should feel like a part of your life, not just a subject in a book. Finally, stay consistent. Combine reading, listening, speaking, and writing with daily exposure. Surrounding yourself with English creates a natural learning environment. Slowly but surely, your English will improve, and you will feel more confident in speaking, listening, and understanding the language. Tip 14. Be patient and celebrate small wins. Learning English is a journey, not a race. Many beginners get frustrated because they expect fast results. The truth is, progress takes time, and every small step counts. Being patient and celebrating small wins is one of the most powerful ways to stay motivated and improve steadily. Start by setting small, achievable goals. For example, today, you can aim to learn 5 new words, read 1 short story, or speak in English for 5 minutes. Tomorrow, increase it slightly. Small, consistent goals are easier to achieve and give you a sense of accomplishment. Another tip is to track your progress. Keep a notebook, journal, or app where you write down what you learned each day. Look back after a week or a month and see how far you've come. You'll notice improvements you might have overlooked, and this boosts your confidence and motivation. Celebrate every success, no matter how small. Did you speak a full sentence today without hesitation? Did you understand a sentence in a video? Did you use a new word correctly? These are victories worth acknowledging. When you celebrate small wins, learning becomes enjoyable, and your brain associates English with positivity. Remember, mistakes are part of the process. Don't let errors discourage you. Every mistake teaches your brain what works and what doesn't. The more you practice, the more natural English becomes. Patience and persistence are your strongest tools. Finally, combine patience with consistency and daily practice. Speak, listen, read, and write every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Over time, your English will improve, and you will gain confidence, fluency, and enjoyment. Always remember, learning English is a journey. Be patient, take small steps, celebrate every win, and trust the process. Success doesn't happen overnight, but with persistence, you will achieve your goals and speak English naturally and confidently. The real secret. Here's the truth. There is no magic formula to learn English overnight. The real secret is simple but powerful consistency, practice, and believing in yourself. Many beginners make the mistake of looking for shortcuts or waiting for the perfect moment. But real progress comes from small daily actions. Think of English learning like planting a seed. You water it every day, give it sunlight, and care for it patiently. At first you may not see results, but slowly, the seed grows into a strong tree. The same is true for your English skills. Every sentence you speak, every word you learn, and every sentence you write adds up. Another part of the secret is using English actively. Listening, reading, writing, and speaking are not separate skills, they work together. The more you use them, the faster you improve. Speak aloud, make mistakes, correct yourself, and keep going. Confidence grows only through action. Finally, believe in yourself. Many learners give up because they doubt their abilities. Remember, fluency is not about being perfect. It's about communicating and improving every day. Trust yourself, practice daily, and enjoy the journey. That's the real secret that successful learners follow: patience, consistency, and self-belief. Avoid these beginner mistakes. Many beginners struggle with English, not because it is difficult, but because they make common mistakes that slow their progress. The first mistake is trying to be perfect too soon. Beginners often hesitate to speak or write because they fear mistakes. Remember, mistakes are part of learning. Every error helps your brain improve and become stronger. The second mistake is studying irregularly. Some learners practice English only once in a while, hoping for fast results. Real improvement comes from daily, consistent practice, even if it is just 10 minutes a day. Small, regular steps create big results over time. Another mistake is focusing only on one skill. Listening, speaking, reading, and writing work together. Ignoring one skill slows progress. For example, reading without speaking won't improve pronunciation, and listening without practice won't improve fluency. Balance is key. A fourth mistake is learning words without context. Memorizing long lists of words often leads to forgetting them quickly. Use words in sentences, speak them aloud, and connect them to real-life situations. This makes learning meaningful and long-lasting. Finally, beginners often compare themselves to others. Every learner has a unique pace. Focus on your journey, celebrate small wins, and trust the process. English learning is a marathon, not a sprint. Avoiding these mistakes will save you time, frustration, and give you confidence to move forward. Your English journey starts now. There is no better time than today to start learning English. Many beginners wait for the perfect moment, but the truth is, the perfect moment is now. Every small action you take today, speaking, listening, reading, or writing, moves you closer to your goal. Start with simple steps. Speak one sentence aloud, learn a few words, read a short story, or watch a short video. Consistency matters more than quantity. Even 10 minutes a day adds up to massive improvement over time. Remember, learning English is not about perfection. It's about progress, confidence, and enjoying the journey. Celebrate every small victory. Using a new word correctly, finishing a sentence without hesitation, or understanding a short video. Each win motivates you to keep going. Combine everything you've learned. Think in English, practice daily, use apps and videos, speak with others, and avoid common mistakes. Surround yourself with English and make it a part of your daily life. Slowly, your brain will adapt, and English will become natural. Most importantly, believe in yourself. Every fluent speaker started where you are now. With patience, practice, and persistence, you will succeed. So take the first step today. Speak, listen, read, and write. Make English a part of your life and enjoy every moment of this exciting journey. Your English journey starts now, and it's going to be amazing. And if you're ready to improve your English step by step, never miss a tip, and stay motivated every day. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. Join our community of learners, and let's grow together. Because your English success starts here.